Welcome to the studio apartment, Laura's Design Studio. We're going to do a different kind of video today. This is going to be all about Craftor. Why? Because it's the only resin that I use now, just Craftor. And I'm going to show you how you don't have to have all the fancy stuff that other people have to make something that is bubble free. And I'm not going to use a mixer. Everything is going to be hand mixed. I do not own a debubbler, a vacuum chamber, or a pressure pot. You did see me, I did show you recently that I was sent a debubbler for a review, and I told you then it was back in the box until I move, and that's where it stays. This video is not about having all of the stuff. This video is about, as a beginner in resin, if you don't have the mixer, the debubbler, the curing machine, the whatever else is out there, you can still get bubble free. And how Craftor can help you make that happen, because resin does matter. I am a firm believer in you get what you pay for. But Craftor, it's not the cheapest resin out there. No, you can buy it off Temu and it's cheap. You will also get what you pay for with resins on Temu. I'm sure there are some that are fine out there. There's a lot that's not. Ask Andy at Custom Carving and Epoxy UK. He bought a resin off of Temu, and that was the worst resin I have ever seen in my life. It didn't even pour out of the bottle. That's how bad it was. And he sent his video to the manufacturer, and they've never even contacted him back. They probably didn't even look at the video because it was horrible. I have been doing resin since 2007, late 17, early 18. I have had my share of terrible resins. I'll tell you right now, do not buy that one Moon, whatever it is, at Michael's. That not only smells horrendous, but it doesn't cure properly. It's horrible. Some people use the one at Hobby Lobby. Michael's might sell it too. I think it's called Annulite or something like that. I've tried that one before. I didn't like it. Some people like it. Maybe it's, you know, I don't know how cheap it is anymore, but it's not worth me getting. So, I have Craftor 1-to-1. I'll tell you right now, Craftor doesn't know that I'm doing this video. Have they sent me resin in the past? Yes, they have. Do I buy their resin? All the time. All the time. These bottles right here, these were purchased. I purchased Craftor off Amazon, just like anybody else. Okay? So, part A, part B, we're gonna mix by hand. I am not a slow mixer. I don't mix like that. I am a very fast mixer, and I can still get bubble-free results. And I'm gonna put it in this skull, which by any other standard would be considered deep pour. I don't use deep pour on it. I use Craftor Epoxy 1-to-1. We're gonna do a completely clear skull. If there's a bubble, you're gonna see it. Do I have faith in Bond Craftor? Yeah, I do. So here we go. Bond Craftor 1-to-1, part A. I'm gonna make up, let's go with, I'll make up, let's do 10, do I need 12? I'm gonna go with 10. I don't know exactly how much this, now let's be safe and go with 12. So we're doing 6 and 6. So here we go. Oops, take the plug out. I always keep the plugs and put them back in the bottles. Okay. That right there is 6 of A. Yes, you should be wearing your PPE. Don't. Do as I say, not as I do. I talk about this in my videos all the time as to why I don't. Bond Craftor Part B. There we go. That's part B. Now, most resins will tell you, mix slowly 3 to 5 minutes. I don't have time for that. I am not a slow mixer. I have never been a slow mixer and will never be a slow mixer. And if you have a resin out there that you think you can do this with, I challenge it. It's a gloomy day here in Colleen today. I think we're supposed to be rained on all day. Hasn't started yet. The other thing, I don't use a torch. I don't use a long neck lighter. I do not use, what else do they use? Torch, long neck lighter. I use alcohol. That's what I use. I will spray it with alcohol after I pour it. You can see I am mixing this not slowly like you're supposed to. I'm about to show you. Look at this. Do you see bubbles in there? No, you don't. There are no bubbles. Yeah, I know it's a little dark in here, but here, we'll even do this. There's a few little micro bubbles in there, but those will go away because Bond Craftor, guess what? It degasses really, really well. So, we're gonna keep mixing. Just a couple more seconds. I'm gonna pour it in the mold. The only thing I will use is a heat mat because it just makes it go faster. I'll be able to demold this today within 2 hours and show you guys. Now, I do not use a resin heat mat. I use a food heat mat. I have a resin heat mat, as a matter of fact. Let me move this out of the way for a second and I'll show you. Under here, This is what a regular resin heat mat looks like. Do you see how wrinkled and warped it is? That's because I used it all the time, daily. But, number one, it's small. Number two, it warps, and when it does that, your molds aren't level. So the only thing I use it for is sometimes I'll turn it on if I want to heat the resin up for some reason. I don't hardly ever do that. It's not on now. I will I'll turn on my food one. The food ones are bigger, they have temperature control. I run my food one about 158 to 178. Okay, that's all I'm doing right there. Here we go. Gonna stop right there for a minute. I treat it like a cake batter. I was a baker, so, you know, pound it. Let's finish filling it. I'm gonna move it over here. Alcohol. Spray the alcohol on it. I'm gonna turn on my heat mat. That was my heat mat coming on. Let's see. I have some leftover resin here. Let's do a couple molds here. We'll have some little extras here. This is the INTORESIN turtle mold. I'm pouring everything clear. That's gonna go over there. Let's see, this is a cute little bunny. They call it the hairy bunny because it's got texture like hair on it. This is an INTORESIN angelfish. You can see I don't even pour slow. And I think we have enough for a pendant maybe. This is the INTORESIN ripple mold. Water ripple pendant mold. I just want to prove to you guys, a little bit left. Let's see if we can fill up the little goldfish. I don't know if I have enough or not. Maybe not. Craftor is one of the more less expensive resins. They're new to the market. I use their UV. I have some deep pour. I haven't even opened up the box yet. I use their 1-to-1 more than anything. That in the UV. It's not quite full. Let's see if we can scrape any more out of here. Okay, put that one over there. And I'm gonna clean up my mess. I'm gonna spray all these one more time. And I'll see you when it's cured. A couple hours for me, a couple minutes for you. Bye. Welcome back. Moment of truth. What do we get? Let's see, let's do the angelfish. We'll do the small ones first. This is a druzy mold. So there is the angelfish. And look at that side. No bubbles. No bubbles. This is the INTORESIN water ripple pendant. Crystal clear, guys. No bubbles. I have faith in Craftor. This one didn't quite have enough in it, but we'll still pull them out. Just there he is. No bubbles. Rabbit. Be the rabbit. No bubbles. Crystal clear every time. Here is the INTORESIN turtle. I got a little bit of overpour here. I'm just going to pull off before I mold it. Hold on, got to get this overpour off. There we go. Crystal clear. No bubbles. Moment of truth. The skull should have been poured with deep pour. I have no worries. I will need to put alcohol down in here because he's hard to get out of the mold. So I'll show you how the best way to get this one out. Put your alcohol in there and then start moving it, and you'll see when you get it to the top. I'm not getting it. Pull that out a little more. Get that alcohol in there. Okay, see the bubble? Move that to the top of the skull. And then you're going to pull from the teeth. Get my hands Hang on, guys. There we go. I got him now. Crystal clear. Do you think you have a resin that can do this? Challenge. Challenge. Beautifulness. Bond Craftor. Use Bond Craftor. Still warm. There you go. I don't know what else to tell you. Go get some Bond Craftor. Don't worry about having all the things. Don't worry about having a mixer. Don't worry about having a vacuum chamber, a debubbler. Don't worry about using a torch or a long neck lighter or a heat gun. You don't need any of that. Just Bond Craftor. And I will talk to you guys in the next one.